Hey guys, I had to do this video real quick because two confirmations happened today after I made all those videos this morning. I made two more videos that I didn't even upload yet, but like something crazy. Like, so one thing is that I just got back from work with my dad, and we were driving down the road together, and we were talking about his mom's from Ireland, and she's getting older. She's senile, and he's my dad's the oldest of five, and they've been arguing about who's gonna take care of her now that she's older, and the youngest brother Daryl, he's arguing over he's taking care of her the longest and blah 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 whatever, right? So we had gone on an ice fishing trip together, and back up one second. More recently, they had a meeting, and during the meeting, they all the brothers and sisters except my dad were talking about how they went to see a medium to try to figure out what to do with my grandma and stuff like that. Okay, so my dad was very upset about that. It bothered him deeply in his soul because he doesn't believe in mediums or any of that stuff, regardless of what he thinks about, the common thing, the recent things happening with Christianity, like flat Earth and things like that. He's not awoken to things like that yet. But my dad is the one I told you had the dream about me being handed to him by God. And so we're driving down the road, and he's talking about this, and we're talking about the fishing trip, ice fishing trip we went on, because we were invited by my Uncle Daryl to go ice fishing, and I brought up all my camping gear and stuff, and one of the kids there, the son of the guy that we were staying at the house, he was mean to me right from the get-go, like super mean, and I don't know why. Maybe he had small man syndrome. He was like a short kid. I don't know what his problem was, but whatever it was, he was really mean to me from the second he met me. But the father, his dad, he loved me like I'd never seen it. He was hugging me and saying thank you, and he was a super nice old guy. And so we're sitting ice fishing, and they leave us there and just go take off. We set 4 traps, and I hadn't gone ice fishing in like 15 years, right? So we're sitting there, and my brother Jacob had broken his leg, so he's sitting there. My dad's just chilling, just sitting there on the ice. It was a beautiful day, and we're sitting near the Bob house, and everyone had gone on. Everyone left. They left on snowmobiles and took off for like a couple hours and left us there with no food, nothing, just on the ice, nothing. And we were their guests, right? So my dad like walked back to the house or something because he had to use the restroom. And it took like an hour for him to come back, I think. But he had no other way to get there. So me and my brother Jake are just sitting there. All of a sudden he goes, "Hey, one of the traps has been hit." And it was the same one that had been hit the whole time. And I can't remember, there was 4 traps, but I think it was the 3rd trap, because it was like, I remember walking out, I don't think it was the last trap. I think it was the 3rd trap, but regardless of which one it was, we baited the hook with little bait like this big, right? And then a little white perch about this big bit that hook and ate that fish. But when I went into the hole to take out the line, there was a pickerel. I'm not lying. This is not an exaggeration. There was a pickerel. I can't even do it on this because of the video. It was at least 2.5 feet long. You call it pickerel, pike, whatever you want to say, like that type of fish. But it didn't get on a hook. It bit that fish and stayed on the line because it wouldn't let go. So I caught that huge fish with no hook. And so my dad is telling me about his brother Daryl. And we're driving along, and the Lord tells me, "How many fish were there?" I said 3. And he goes, "Think about what you just said, and think about what message you put out this morning on YouTube, what you put out there about the 3 testaments." And I was like, "Oh my goodness." And I said, Dad, you're not going to believe this. This is, who cares about all these things that have happened to us and how mean they've been to us? The Lord just told me this. That is the large fish, the parable of the large fish. There are 3 testaments. And the large fish is the true doctrine of the gospel that people don't know about. I mean, a few people do, but the majority of people do not understand the truth of the gospel, even to this very second. They don't understand the gospel of Nicodemus. Most people don't even talk about it, and nobody cares anymore. Even my parents, when I try to talk about it, they don't even care. Okay, that was the story I wanted to tell you. That was very important. Now, the second thing, I just got home, and I'm still trying to organize the place because we just moved in, right? So I'm listening to an old video I've heard many times Rob Skiba did about Nimrod, okay, and the Tower of Babel, right? So I go look at my video stream. You can see this for yourself. The dream that I had about Obama. My daughter Faith has had this dream about Obama too, and all the stars and the moon falls and all these things. Right? She saw a green wave and a blue wave. You should watch the video. It's very important to what we're living in right now. But the dream, I never knew this. I knew Esau was the one who killed Nimrod. I heard it, but for some reason this passed me by and it caught my attention when I heard it this time. Esau killed Nimrod. He cut his head off. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was the way that he killed Nimrod. And I had a dream. Go look back. That I was in my sunroom, and this sunroom is the where the house fire happened. It happened in the sunroom that my dad built. And so I had a dream that I was at the top of the stairs, which is like 4 or 5 stairs, and you look down into the whole room, right? And I had a dream that me and my wife were down in that room, running around like in a mouse maze or something like that. But I was still, even though I was down there, I was still standing before Obama, and he was floating in front of me, just a man size floating in front of me. And he was like laughing, like smiling and laughing, sort of. And then I saw that right here at his neck, it was fake. And it was like a Ken doll. And I knew like his head had been cut off. But I took this golden saucer that was next to me, a huge one, it was like this big, and I went like this, and I hucked it at his head, but it just bounced off. And it's almost like when I was listening to the video today, it just clicked for me. I've heard this video 100 times even. I used to listen to it over and over again to try to learn the history of Israel and things like that. Even when I was working, it was one of the videos I was listening to when I fell through the ceiling doing spray foam insulation before. And I almost died. I almost broke both my legs, and I was laying there for like 20 minutes and nobody even knew I was hurt. And I'm in a full face mask and everything, like air hose, everything. And it just came to me just now. It just came all together. Obama is not only the Antichrist, but he's the resurrected Nimrod. That's what my dream meant. So anyway, quick video. I just wanted to share that with you. And if you want to go back and listen to the video about what I'm talking about, just search Rob Skiba and the Tower of Babel and Nimrod, and you'll hear it. It's about at, I think, like 15 minutes. That's when he starts talking about it. So I just wanted to share that quick with you. Some of the videos that I did earlier are just me ranting, but it's very important information about the world we live in and things like that, and just information that might not be specifically canonized, scriptural, biblical, but they're important things that you probably should know about the world.